one more, which is quite interesting. Minima does tokens very well. Tokenization is native to the protocol. Very simple. It just means that when I have an output, I can specify the token ID. That token ID is generated by the chain. Obviously, I can't come up with it, but that's all it does. Where, unlike an ERC20 contract, which is frankly quite a complex beast to handle tokenization, what you want is something that's as fluent as a normal transaction. So we've got a little mini dApp here called Dexxed, which I quite like. It took me 3 days to write Dexxed, so it's not going to be as good as Binance, but I'll tell you what, it's not bad. And what I like about Dexxed is that, as I said earlier, I can't take Dexxed away from you. So once Dexxed is out there and you're trading with someone, if you don't ever want to change and you like using it, then that's fine. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't turn it off. It's not running off a website. It's just a self-contained unit that you're using. So let's open up Dexxed. Boom. There we go. Oh, I don't have any tokens. Let me create some tokens. So here we are, my little trading window. Sorry, there's no money. There's no right. This is, so to create a token in Minima is very, very simple. Here I am in the terminal. Create token Paddy coin 1000. Boom. Come on. Boom. There we go. So yes, your balance has changed. So I've now created a token called Paddy, and I've done 1,000 units. Let's see if it's there. Paddy coin. Woohoo. You can see in my Minima balance that it costs you some Minima. So tokens in Minima are colored coins. You can divide up a small amount of Minima and color it a certain color. The chain determines the token ID. That number there, AD1D23, blah, blah, blah. That's not decided by me, obviously. And now I have an output of 1,000 with that token ID. And in Minima terms, it's 0.01. But in token terms, it's 1,000. Since a token, if we now, oops, sorry, if I go back here, I'll just show you. So if you say tokens, there's a function there. It explains that Paddy coin has a total of 1,000. The script is returned true. What's very nice is that you can actually add a script to a token. And when you use that token, both the script of the token and the script of the address have to return true. This means you can do nice, clever things like tokens that pay out dividends, tokens that can only be paid on Sunday if you want to do some weird thing. You can basically do whatever you want. Gives you a lot of power, that, which I really like. And it tells you the scale amount is 0.01, and it is just Minima. It's, you can actually wash that back to Minima. Not that you would, but all of the tokens added together are 0.01 over Minima. So here I am in Dexxed. Ooh. So let's see what I can do. So first I'm going to put in a buy order. I'm going to buy 10 for 0.1. Please confirm. Buy 10 Paddy coin at 0.1 Minima, total order value 1. Yep. Boom. Okay. Okay. Order posted. Thank you. So if you can see, it's in the mempool. Boom. So there it is. My orders. All of this information is actually stored on the chain because there's a transaction there. I know what the address of Dexxed transactions are, so I can read them. The mini dApp system has SQL inbuilt, actually, because I've got a SQL database, obviously H2, very small memory footprint, and you can actually use a utility function so you can read and write to a database. So you actually get quite a powerful system to write your mini dApps. It's not just a static HTML5 website. You can actually, frankly, do whatever you want because you can put stuff in persistent storage using SQL. Right, so it's just waiting for that to be deep enough. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm just going to put in another order to complete it. I'm going to buy at 0.1 and I'm going to sell at 0.2. Okay, obviously the old classic. Okay, yeah, yes, order posted. Okay, it's mining my transaction on the phone. I can see it. What I like about this is all running on my phone. This isn't running on, this is, you're logging into your phone. If you're out in the wild, this is how you would do it. The point about these mini dApps is that you can only do them if everybody's running a full node. This doesn't work. Like, you couldn't do a mini dApp on Ethereum because your system is only as decentralized as the most centralized bit. So there's no point doing this with MetaMask because MetaMask is totally centralized. And so the truth is, 99.9999% of people who use Ethereum don't run Ethereum, they just use MetaMask, which is wonderful because everybody's using it, but it's totally centralized. And if MetaMask and Infura were actually taken down by the New York office, you know, if the Attorney General said, that's it, lads, I'm not up for it, you're threatening the US dollar, it's over, you know, and this is like totally ridiculous. So mini dApps rely on you running a full node. Everybody who uses Minima uses a full node, and so mini dApps work really well for Minima. You know, I can't actually think of another currency, another cryptocurrency where this would work because, you know, they're all totally centralized. I'm sorry. So I'm just waiting for these transactions to become active, and then maybe what I can do. Right, so there we go. I'm just going to shut down my coin flip games. I'm going to install Dexxed on my local machine now. So I've got the two versions running. Okay. So let me just have a look. That's there, that's there. Okay, woo, buy Paddy coin for 10 and sell Paddy coin for 20. Right, we got it. So now I'm going to open Dexxed up on here. Ooh, there we go. So I'm now looking at it from a different user who's looking at this now. I mean, the Dexxed contract is very simple. I'm going to have to switch over, Laz, to show you. It's quite exciting having people who can understand these things. So the Dexxed contract down here, the most financial dApp is Dexxed. I'm going to click on it. Very simple script, yeah? It's the interface that was tricky. The script itself was really simple. And it's a very simple swap contract where if we'll just look at it, I'll just go through it, yeah? Let owner equal priv state 0. So when you create the output in state, you put, I'm the owner, this is my address, so that you can cancel the transaction should you want to. And in fact, it says, if signed by owner, then return true. So at any stage, the guy who makes the swap contract can cancel it. Think of this as an output, yeah? This is just the UTXO. And then the other thing I do is say, the address that requires the payout. So what I say is I say, look, this is an output for 10 Paddy coin. And all I say is, you can spend me as long as there is an output to my address for this much minimum. You don't have to sign anything. You don't have to do anything. Clearly, you know, what I want is I want you to be able to spend my UTXO as long as you pay me what I want. And that information is put in the state. Yeah, so you can read it. So the address is priv state 1, the token is priv state 2, the amount is priv state 3. And so this UTXO can be spent as long as return, verify out. The opposite at input is a global for the input of this one is the output of that one. That way you can stack multiple ones into one transaction rather than just saying make sure there is an output, because then you might be able to game it by playing loads of them with one output. So return, verify output at input for the to the address for the amount for the token. That's how you spend a Dexxed contract. Very simple, basically. So here we are. So I'm going to buy some now. I'm going to buy some Paddy coin. Okay, so here we go. The way Dexxed works is you make market makers use the bottom bit, market takers click on the market. Yeah. So here I click on that. Please confirm order. You're going to buy 10 Paddy coin at 0.2. You spend 10 minimum. You spend 2 minimum. All right, let's do it. Boom. Order sent on the network. Okay, boom, boom. It's in the mempool, -2. I mean, I could make it update much quicker and I could do lots of things. Like I said, 3 days work, lads, you know. Actually, I'm quite impressed for 3 days work to get a sort of fully functioning DEX. You know, probably because Minima, the tokenization is so powerful and wonderful that you actually managed to do that, but there we go. So I'm just looking at the block time, 2112. As soon as that pops up to 2113, I'll have an unconfirmed transaction. He's looking at it, he's waiting. Block time. And this slider here is quite interesting. It just because you can only do a full swap for a full contract, you can't do bits of it, which of course you could. Yeah, I can think of lots of ways of doing this much better so that it actually uses, you know, you can only take half the contract or 3/4 or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You can use this slider to show different amounts. So if I go like that, it's a minimum total order is set to 0.84. Boom, woohoo, I've just bought Paddy coin. Look at my trades, buy Paddy coin, there it is. And now, I mean, I could do a classic trader strategy. I could buy high and I could sell low. Anybody who's traded knows what I'm talking about here. So I bought those tokens, and now what I could do is I could sell this. So there's a sell order here. Yeah, that was the original, that was the guy on the phone. Yeah, he was buying. He obviously had a sell. Yeah, and I've obviously done the buy. So I've done the buy token. I can't sell them yet because they're still unconfirmed. I'm waiting for the block time to increase. and then I can sell them. While we're waiting for that to cook, is there anything else I'd like to show you? The wallet.mini dApp was just giving me a bit of, let me have a look.
Should we see if there's any questions, Paddy?
Yeah, I'm going to take questions in 2 seconds. Here we go. I'm just waiting there. Right, so now he sold 990. So I've now got, come on, puppy, you can come to me. Da-na-na-na-na. Ooh, so those are that's the full spectrum. Let's see if Minima wallet dApp. I was just having a few. There it is. This is actually our, I would say, our most gorgeous app. Our developer Elias has been working on this. This is the Minima main wallet, which works just as beautifully on your phone, nicely scrunched up. It's written in Ionic, just to say that different HTML5 strategies work in Minidap. It doesn't have to be plain HTML. You could write it in Ionic, Angular, React, all these weird and wonderful things. I can send money. I've got history. I can create tokens. There's a little terminal inbuilt in the wallet. And yeah, this is a very nice application, actually, which is probably what most people will be using to send and receive coins. They're not going to be on the terminal. And I think I'm going to right. So there's my Paddy coins. So I bought my 10 Paddy coins there. So if I wanted to, I could actually sell them to this guy for 10. You know, so I could actually lose money. This is the strategy for most of us crypto traders. Yeah, you buy high, sell low. But yeah, so I think I'm going to just take a pause there and see if there's anybody that's got any questions. So we've got the Minima system running. It runs on your phone. You can log into it using this mini dApp system. Mini dApps are just, you know, zipped up folders of HTML that allow you to interact with the Minima protocol over RPC. Everything is returned over JSON. And I'm very happy with it. You know, this is good. Given a functioning Minima network, there's nothing I can do to take any of these apps down. You know what I mean? You can do them. I will mention one feature that I can't show you that I'm currently working on, which is the composability element. And what I mean by that is I've got Dexxed, which is obviously my beautiful little stock market Dexxed thing, and I've got CoinFlip, my little gambling application. So what if I wanted to come up with a sort of hybrid of the two of them? I call it stock flip. So clearly you want a liquid asset. Yeah, clearly, what if I had stock in something and I wanted to gamble them? Well, what you could do is you could take that stock and, you know, CoinFlip only accepts Minima because clearly the liquidity for Minima is going to be much higher than the liquidity for any other token. Not only do you have to find a gambler, you have to find a gambler who owns that token. So what you could do is you could take your stock in Dexxed, you could sell it for Minima, you could take that Minima, you could gamble it on CoinFlip. If you win on CoinFlip, you can take that winnings and you could buy twice the amount back on Dexxed. Now, I want a dApp that does that. I want a mini dApp that, as I call it, stacking dApps. I want a dApp that is on top of those two. And what I've done is I'm writing a common composability language, which basically means in English that you can communicate between mini dApps. And so I'm writing a mini dApp called StockFlip, which talks to Dexxed and to CoinFlip. And it will automatically tell Dexxed, look, sell this stock, send it to CoinFlip, say, right, you gamble this stock, take the money back from CoinFlip if it wins, and then say, yep, now buy it back. Now, again, clearly on-chain isn't the place for this to be going on. That's fine. You know, this is more to show what is possible. Once this is all running off-chain, because clearly you could be doing Dexxed off-chain, clearly you could be doing CoinFlip on-chain, then all of that could be happening super quickly, you know, almost instantly, and that would be nice, yeah? So once you get, you know, because these, you know, Dexxed has got a few little complicated bits to do it, CoinFlip's got a few little complicated bits, you don't want to have to be worrying about the code to do it. You want them basically libraries, you know, they're basically libs that you can use when you're writing your applications. And what I like about it is that the actual computation is done off-chain. Yeah? What I like about it is that I haven't bundled everything on-chain the way Ethereum does it. You can actually do all of this stuff off-chain, you know, swap all these contracts between different applications. And then when you're ready, you pump the final transaction on-chain, and that's when you get the payout or whatever, or, you know, you just keep it off-chain, frankly. And so, yeah, that's what we call them dApp stacks, or we're going to call them dApp stacks when I come up with the first one, which is called StockFlip, you know. So that's going to be a really nice feature. Each mini DApp is going to be able to communicate with the other mini DApps, and that's going to be very nice and simple. So I think I'll take a pause there. I'll take a breather and ask if anybody's got any questions so far.